We'll see you then. Now to today's top story, the U.S. Supreme Court striking down the Trump administration's tariffs on goods coming from overseas. In a 6-3 decision, the justices ruled that the president was wrong in using the Emergency Powers Act in levying so-called reciprocal tariffs. They said it violated the Constitution, which says Congress has the sole power to impose taxes, and that includes tariffs.
The president wasted no time blasting the court, which includes 3 justices he appointed in his first term. 2 of them, Neil Gorsuch and Amy Coney Barrett, voted with the majority, which also included fellow conservative Chief Justice John Roberts. At a news conference, Mr. Trump told reporters he already has a workaround, saying he does have the power to impose a temporary, across-the-board 10% tariff on all goods entering the country for 150 days, and he will sign an executive order to do it.
And then during that period of about 5 months, we are doing the various investigations necessary to put fair tariffs or tariffs, period, on other countries. So we're doing that period, but we're immediately instituting the 10% provision, which we're allowed to do. And in the end, I think we'll take in more money than we've taken in before.
Now, the tariffs that the Supreme Court just struck down have no doubt helped some businesses here in Maine while hurting others.
So what's the feeling on Main Street about the court's decision? Well, we asked News Center Maine's Alex Haskell to find out. He joins us now with more on this. Hi, Alex.
Hey, Amanda. Hey, Brian. Well, the owner of a logging company in Rumford says he wanted to see how the impact of the tariffs would play out. Meanwhile, a chocolate shop owner in Portland tells me he's trying to find some comfort in the court's decision.
Earlier this year, we raised our prices, and we tend not to. This is actually our version of a need-em.
Dean Bingham, owner of Dean Sweets in Portland, says that price hike was partly driven by President Trump's tariffs on the European Union, which increased the cost of imported ingredients he relies on. But in November, Bingham says some of those tariffs were rolled back.
It's always nice to get a little bit of a relief.
So Bingham says the Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs does not immediately impact his business, but it does provide some comfort.
We aren't going to be seeing that increased price over the next, who knows, short term at least. I don't think there's any certainty, unfortunately.
Outside the chocolate shop and into the woods, the reaction looks different. In Maine's logging industry, some see the ruling as a potential setback.
I believe that we have to do something different, and I'd hate to see the tariffs go completely away.
Andy Irish owns Irish Family Logging. He says he would have preferred to see the tariffs remain in place longer to determine whether they could help rebuild manufacturing jobs in the U.S. and here in Maine.
Hopefully in the long run across the country that it will make a big difference. We don't know that, but we should try.
Beyond the business community, Governor Janet Mills is also weighing in.
That he was imposing tariffs arbitrarily based on who he liked and disliked from one day to the next.
Governor Mills says she's pleased with the court's decision, calling the tariffs a harmful economic policy.
They're a big tax heist, and they have been a tax on American people.
Now, as for the members of Maine's congressional delegation, all 4, Representatives Pingree and Golden, as well as Senators Collins and King, say the ruling reaffirms Congress's authority to impose tariffs.